This is a demonstration of Uber and InDriver clone, which we call as Moonbit. Coming to the user interface, here we can log in by entering the details as shown here. That is 10 times 9 and a password demo at the rate of user plus 123. And we need to select the country. For here, I am selecting country as India. That is plus 91, and I can press on login. And we land up on this page after logging in. Here on the top, we have the option to select the location that we are currently in. That is directly by using the maps, which we can allow, and location will be fetched directly. On the top, we can see different categories like SUV, hatch, crossover, sedan, and we have the option to parcel. Now, coming down here, we can see rider around you, and we have the option to add different addresses under home, office, and others, and we can select different names, and we can add the address right from here. Now coming to activity, we can see different activities like trip history. For example, different trips that are already cancelled or ongoing, or we can see the past history of different trips based on our activity. Now coming to notifications, we can see all the notifications regarding the rides right here. Now coming to profile, here we can see details like total rides, total points, and your rating. We have the option to change the first name, username, and different other identity reports if that's needed. We have the option to add different addresses right from here. We have the option to see messages, my wallet. We have the option to see different coupons that are available to us. We have the option to see my trips right from here, and we have the option of help and support. We have the option to call and email, and we can see terms and conditions right from here as well. Similarly, we have privacy policy details on. We have terms and conditions, and we have the other details right from here. At the bottom, we have the option to log out and delete the account. Now coming here, I'll show you how we can make a booking. We can press here and we can enter the destination where we want to go, and we can select it right here, and we can press on done. Once that is done, we have the different options. For example, we can select SUV. You can see the pricing of SUV, hatchback, crossover, and sedan. Once you have selected one of the car type, for example, I'm selecting sedan here. We can select the payment mode. For example, it can be cash, a digital pay, or a wallet. And coming down here under the fare, we have the option. Here we get a suggested fare. We can directly book using the suggested fare, or we can press on fare and we can increase the fare or decrease the fare as per our need. For example, I'll just decrease the fare and I'll press on this option to bid on that specific fare, and now the request is sent to different drivers. Now just coming to the driver app, I'll show you how the driver receives and takes the booking. Coming to the driver app, similarly, we have to select the option India plus 91. For the demo details, we can enter the following details and password, and we can press on login to log in as a driver. Here in the driver interface, I'll just show you how to accept the booking. On the side, we can just press here and we can see one more request. That is, we are receiving a request from the customer. We can see from the location where it is and where we are going, and we can see the estimated fare, and we can also bid. We can increase the fare right from here. For example, I can enter 56 and I can just send the bid, higher bid, or if I am ready to go for a lower price, I can just enter that and I can press on enter. The similar bid will be sent to the user directly. But for now, if I'm ready to go on the estimated fare, I can just press on accept, and the booking, the trip is accepted, and the booking just starts from here. Now coming back to the user interface, just going on the ongoing ride, I can see the ride that is currently booked. The driver is requesting for the pin to start the trip. We have the option to message the driver right from here. You can just press hi and we can send it right from here. You have the option to call the driver, see the details of the driver, the license plate, and total distance, and every other detail right from here. Now we also have the option to cancel the ride from the bottom. For now, let me accept the ride by giving the OTP to the driver, that is 6386. Just entering the details here, the booking gets confirmed, and we can see the whole directions, total estimated time, and we have the option to pause the trip. We have the option to chat, as I showed you earlier. See, we have received the message. You can reply to the customer right from here as well. We have the option to call, and we also have the option to cancel the trip right from here as well. We can see the whole tracking movement right from here. For example, if you want to pause a trip for some reason, we can do that as well right from here. Now let me resume the trip and cancel the trip for now. We can end the trip. Yeah. Now, so that is done. Coming to the user dashboard, I'll show you the user dashboard. On the dashboard, we can see the estimated total driving time. We can see kilometers and other details like total estimated earnings for this trip. On the bottom, we can see active time, on driving, idle time, and offline time. On the top, as you can see, the driver is currently online. We have the option to make the driver offline just by pressing here, and the driver will be offline. Here we have the option to see ongoing rides and parcel deliveries that we have accepted. Now coming to activity, we can see the overview of activities and the total trips that are being done from our side, and we can see the stats as well. Now coming to notifications, we can see new messages, a ride cancellation, new ride request, and other details right from here, and it can be managed as well. Now coming to money, we can see the total withdrawal money, pending withdrawals, and other details like payable amount, total earnings, and other details right from here. We can also withdraw the money by entering the details, and we can press on withdraw to raise a request to withdraw the money. Now coming here, we have the option to go to profile and change profile details and my vehicle details right from here. We can see whatever details are entered. We can see the messages from the customers. We can see my reviews that we have received from the customer side. We have the option to see the leaderboard. We have the option of help and support. Similarly, we can see the legal policy and details right from here. Coming down, we also have the option to log out, and we have the option to delete the account permanently from here. Now coming back to the user interface, as you can see the trip was cancelled. I can just go back here, and under my trips I can see the details of the trip. It's updated and it's cancelled right from here. So that's it for the demonstration of applications and the total workflow, how it works. Now I'll show you the admin panel of this application. Coming to the admin panel of Moonbit, on the dashboard we can see receivable commission amounts, payable amounts, received amounts, active customers, and active drivers. Coming down here, we can see trip statistics. We can see the graph that is ride requests, rides completed, leaderboards of drivers, recent transactions, and different other statistics like a recent trip activity can be managed and can be seen right from here. Next, we have zone setup. Under zone setup, we can set up different zones that we want to operate in. For example, if I want to set up a zone here, I can just go to the location. I can select the zone right from here. For example, I want to set up a zone right here. I can just press and I can make the zone where I want to serve. And the geofencing is done, and we can just add the zone name, new, and I can just submit to make a new zone in the platform. And here we can see new one is created. We can active and we can also deactivate different zones based on need. Also, we can modify the details and timings right from here. For example, I can go to timings. I can see here the activity log and different timings that it was edited, created can be managed from here. Similarly, going back, it can be deleted. If you don't want to serve that location permanently, it can be deleted from here. Similarly, you can see active and inactive zones that we have set up recently. Now coming to trips, we can go to all trips to see the details of trips that have happened on the platform. We can see a pending request, accepted request, ongoing, completed, cancelled. Coming down here, we can see trip ID, date, customer details, driver details, total trip cost, coupon discount if applicable, and different other fees, total trip cost, and admission commission, admin whatever commission is set that will be charged, and we can see that right from here. Different trip payment status, status, and all the details can be seen here. We can view the detail of each trip in detail by pressing here. We can see the driver details, customer details, trip status, payment status. We can see where it was from and where to, and all the details right from here. We can also delete a specific trip if that's needed. And coming on the top, we can just go to each of the categories separately, like pending, requested, accepted, ongoing, completed, and cancelled. Now going to cancelled, I'll just show you. Here we can see all the cancelled trips, and if you want to export the data to Excel or CSV, that can be done for further analytics if you want to do that as well. Now coming to banner setup, we can set up different banners in the platform just by entering banner title. For example, 50% off, mega sale. Description, we can add a redirecting link. for how long the banner is going to be up and the banner image in submit. We can just manage the banners right from here. Similarly, we can set up coupons for the customers. We can add different coupons here, and for example, I can just press on add coupon. I can write coupon title, description, coupon type, and all other details and submit to add a coupon to the platform so the users can use it to get discounts. Now coming to user management for driver level setup. Now coming to drivers, here we can set up different levels of drivers. For example, we can create different tiers of drivers like bronze, silver, and gold, and we can enable and we can disable each of these categories right from here. For example, in the bronze, we can see total completed ride, maximum cancellation rate, and total drivers. So there are 5 drivers currently in the bronze state. Similarly, you can see the details of silver and gold. The details can be modified, and each of the tire can be deleted just by pressing on delete. For example, if you want to modify a tire, you can just press here, and you can change the details like reward points, minimum ride completed to get into silver, and different other details can be modified. You can also add a driver, different labels right from there as well. Now coming to driver setup, you can see the list of drivers that are onboarded on the platform. There are total 5 drivers, active drivers, inactive drivers, car drivers, and motorbike drivers. Everything can be seen on the top right here. Now coming down, we can see the contact details for the drivers, profile status, their level. For example, they are currently in bronze, total trips, earnings, and their status on the platform. If you want to disable a driver, it can be done from here. Similarly, if you want to see more details, or we can see their activity logs by just pressing here. Their activity logs, the details. Let me show you. Their details like general information, identity card image, and other details like phone number and documents can be accessed right on. We can see the average active rate, their average earning value, positive review rate, success rate, and cancellation rate right from there. For each of the driver, we can also press and collect cash. We can see their total earnings, their amount that they can withdraw, and other details right from there. You can also see the vehicle type, their trips that they have taken currently. For example, you can see here the vehicle information, all the details regarding the vehicle can be accessed from here. You can see the trips that they have taken, all the details regarding the trips again is accessible here. Next, we have the transactions that the driver has performed, like transaction ID, type, transaction to, debit, credit, and all the details can be seen for each of the drivers separately right from here. Similarly, you can see the reviews that the drivers have received, and you can just change the status of reviews as well if you want to do that. Now, coming to withdraw, different withdrawal methods are added on the platform for the drivers. For example, bank account and stuff, it can be managed similarly right from here. You can add different methods as per the requirements. Initially, few of the withdrawal methods will be added, but as per the need, it can be added further down. Next, we have withdrawal request. Now, customer level setup. Here we can see customer levels. Similarly, like bronze, silver, and gold, and we can customize these levels as well, and we can add different customer levels as well. Now, coming to customer list, we can see the list of customers and different other details of each of the customer right from here. For example, we can see their profile status, their contact information, their level. For example, they are in bronze, their total trips, their status, if they're active, or we can just disable their accounts also if that's needed. We can similarly see all the details of them right from here. We can see their activity log, their profile information, and all other details right from here. If an account needs to be deleted, that can be done as well right from here. New customer can be added on the platform as well by entering their details like first name, last name, email, identity type, all the information like phone, password, and it can be saved right from it. So coming to customer wallet, we can see the debit and credit in the customer wallet right from here, and it can be managed. If you want to add funds to a specific user, it can be added right from here. You can just press the amount and you can press save. We can see the amount is added to the customer. We can see the customer name, debit, credit, and the balance. Similarly, now coming to employee setup, we can see different attributes that can be set up. Like we have set up different employees based on their accessibility on the platform. For example, we want to give them access of only the dashboard and the fare management. We can just select that, and we can enter the role name, and we can press on submit to add the specific attribute to employee. Later on, coming to employee list, we can see different employees and their access levels, like module access. For example, here demo admin has access to dashboard, zone setup, trip management, and stuff. It can be disabled, enabled, and modified by using the details right here. For example, we can just go here and we can see the details, and whatever access they have. For example, they currently have view access. If you want to give them add access, update access, delete, log, export, that can be managed for each of the users in a very proper way. Similarly, if you want to add an employee to the platform, you can enter their first name, last name, phone number, details, identity type, and other details like what is their employee role. For example, if we have set up different hierarchy of roles for the employees, that can be selected as I showed you earlier, and it can be saved to do that. Now coming to parcel attributes, we see different categories in the parcel. For example, large, medium, and small letters. Here we can add different categories. The current categories can be enabled and disabled as well, just like this. We have the option to modify the details of each of the categories. For example, large is written here. We can modify the details. We can press on update to update each of the categories as well. Now we can go to parcel weights to manage the parcel weights. For example, here it's set 0.1 to 20 kg and it's enabled. If you want to set up different minimum and the maximum weight, that can be set up and we can press on submit as well. Now coming to vehicle attribute setup, here we have the option to set up different attributes of vehicles. For example, different brands, Chevrolet, Volkswagen, BMW, Mercedes is set up right here. You can edit the details by pressing the icon right here. We can change the image and the different details regarding the brand name, and we can also see the total vehicles that the drivers are using of each brand. We can enable and disable specific brands. We can add new details, and we can upload the brand image and press on submit to make changes and add the vehicle brand to the platform. Similarly, we can see vehicle model details can be managed and it can be modified, and new details can be added right from here. Similarly, for the vehicle category, we have SUV, crossover, sedan, and hatchback enabled. If you want to not serve a specific category, for example, if you don't want to serve hatchback, we can just disable it from here. Or if you want to delete it permanently, that can be done. Or if you want to change the name, that can be used by using the edit option right here. If you want to add new categories, for example, bikes, scooties, or a larger vehicle, that category can be written here. We can select the category type. We can add new categories of vehicles as well, and we can write a short description, and we can press on submit to add the specific new vehicle attributes. Coming to vehicle list, we can see the different vehicle lists, their details, mileage, seats, and all the details right from here. For example, you can see one hatchback, one crossover, one is SUV, and one sedan is currently on the platform. We can add new vehicles right from here. We can enter the details and it can be added from here. If you want to edit the details of vehicles, that similarly can be done right from here as well. Now coming to add new vehicles, we can just add new vehicles right from here by entering vehicle brand, model, category, for example SUV, license plate, and other ownership details. We can select the driver who's using this specific vehicle. We can upload the document and press and submit to add the vehicle to the platform if that's needed. Now, coming to trip fare setup, this is quite important because we can set up the different trip fares for different zones that we set up earlier. For example, coming to the world zone, we can set up the fare for different vehicle categories like SUV, crossover, sedan, hatchback. Use category-wise different fare that can be enabled, and we can set up the base fare, minimum cancellation charges, fare per kilometer, idle fee per minute, cancellation fee that will be charged, and the trip delay fee. The details like all of this can be made default. For example, here we can see the default pricing and the different pricing that is for hatchback, sedan, crossover, SUV can be managed for each of this fare categories right from here, and we can press on submit. For example, if I want to increase the base fare of SUV from 17 to 20, I can just do that here, and I can press on submit to change the fare setup. This is a really important feature, and it can be managed very extensively from for each of the categories. Similarly, parcel fare delivery setup can be set up right here. For example, medium size packages, base fare, and 0 to 20 kilos. What's the pricing? We can add different parcel categories and we can change the pricing as well right from. Now, coming to transactions, we can see all the transactions that are done on the platform. We can see the transaction ID, reference ID, transaction date, transaction to, and credit, debit, and different balance details. We can also export the file as per our requirement. Now, coming to business setup, we can turn on the maintenance mode if you want to make changes to our website, and it will be disabled temporarily. Only the admin panel will be functional and the apps will not be functional at that moment. If you want to do that, that can be done. We can change the business name, their address, contact information, support number, trade license, and other details can be changed right from here. Coming down, we can change the business information, for example, country, currency, different details like customer verification, if it's on off, drivers self-registration on or off, or if the drivers need verification, that can be turned on right from here. Similarly, theme of the website, for example, color, website header, logo, and other details like GIF and favicon can be managed, and we can press on save information to update these details very easily right from here. Next, similarly, we can manage a few driver details like loyalty points, and driver reviews can be enabled and disabled right from here. Now coming to customer, similarly customer reviews can be enabled and loyalty points can be enabled or disabled. Fare and penalty settings, for example, start count idle fee only after the 5 minutes. We can change it to 10 minutes or we can reduce it as per the requirement as we are setting up. Similarly, start count delay fee per minute after 10 minutes, or it can be changed as per the requirement. Now coming to trips, at route between pickup and destination, if you want to enable, that can be done. Similarly, trip request active time can be changed right from here. Now coming to settings, we can manage the trip commission. For example, it's currently set to 10%. We can modify to 15% if needed. We can change the VAT percent as per the requirement. We can change the driver completion radius. We can change the search radius. For example, the current search radius is 15 kilometers. We can increase it to 20. We can change the details like login block time, maximum login attempt. If that's failed, then the block time is for 180 seconds. Maximum OTP submit attempt, OTP recent time can be managed, temporary OTP block time, and different other details can be managed from here. Now, as this platform operates as Uber and also InDriver, we can just manage. If we want to enable the platform to work as InDriver, we can enable bid on fare. Then the platform starts to work more of like InDriver. If you want it to be operating only as a Uber, and we don't want the customers or the drivers to bid on the fare, we can just disable bid on fare and will be functioning more of like Uber. And we can save the information to update all the details right from here. Now coming to pages and media, we can go to business pages, and here we can see about us, privacy policy, terms and conditions. These details can be modified and changed right from here. We can change the banner images and all the details right from here, and we can press on submit to make changes to this. Now coming to landing page setup, this is the uh, background image, the title and the subtitle for the landing page. It can be modified and press on save to make changes. Similarly, business statistics, earn money, testimonial, and CT. This all details of the landing page can be modified right from here in the admin panel. For example, in the testimony, we have different testimonies of a reviewer. For example, we have their name, designation, their images, rating, review. We can enable each of this testimony, and we can also modify the reviews and the ratings right from here. If you want to add a new review, it can be added right from here based on the reviews that we receive. Similarly, we can add the image and press on save to add a new testimony to the platform. Similarly, for CTA, we can add Play Store and App Store details right from here. We can upload different images, background images as per the requirement, and it can be modified right from here. Now, next is social media links. We can enable different social media links. For example, currently Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn links are enabled. We can add different social media by selecting here, and we can select the redirecting link and then press on submit to add different social media links right from here. Now, coming to configurations, we can manage different notifications that are being sent to the customer. For example, trip rating and review, privacy policy, terms and conditions. We can enable and disable the push notifications right from here by toggling on and off. Similarly, Firebase push notification setup, like different notifications that are being sent. Trip trip request is paid on this trip. Different messages can be modified, and you can press on submit to make changes to this details. Similarly, different languages can be enabled on the platform. Currently, English and the French is enabled. We can add new language to the platform, and we can also set it as default as per the requirement. For example, we can just press on add new language. We can select the language. For example, I'll select any of the languages right from here. We can select the direction. Is it left to right? And we can just press on add to add the new language to the platform. Similarly, after adding, we can just enable or disable the language from platform. And if you want to set it as default, we can do that as well. We also have the option to clean the database if that's needed, and environment setup can be done as well right from here. On the top, we have the notification panel. We can see different notifications. And here we have the option to change the language of the platform. Currently, it's in English. We can change the entire language setup right from the top. Now, coming to the profile, we have the name of the user, their email. We have the option to go to settings, and make changes to our profile, that is admin profile. We can change the number, email, first name, last name, and all the details right from here. We have the option to sign up right from here. So that's it for the demonstration of Moonbit, that is Uber and InDriver clone.